Hello, Adam Parrish from bridgewinners.com. Welcome to part 4 on my series on learning to play bridge. So first, just a quick review of what we talked about the last couple times. So we learned about the scoring, and the important things there are that hearts and spades are called the major suits. Clubs and diamonds are the minor suits. Major suits get 30 points a trick, minor suits get 20 points a trick. No trump gets 40 points for the first trick, 30 points for the additional tricks. It gets 10 more points than the major suit contracts. There are certain thresholds. A game is a contract worth 100 points. Anything less than a game is a part score. Anything for 12 tricks is a small slam. All 13 tricks is a grand slam. When you reach these thresholds, you get a bonus if you make your contract. So here are the possible types of contracts, right? Part score contracts, game contracts are at the 3, 4, and 5 level, depending on strain, and all the slam contracts are at the 6 and the 7 level, all right? So we have our bidding ladder here, and we see at the bottom, we have the part scores, and then in the middle, the games, and at the top, the slams. Over tricks are tricks won in excess of your contract. So if your contract is 2 spades, you need 8 tricks. If you take 9 tricks, that's 1 over trick. 10 tricks, that's 2 over tricks. Over tricks count the same as regular points, as regular tricks. 30 in the majors, 20 in the minors. The difference is they do not count towards game and slam bonuses. So it's all about risk versus reward. If you take 10 tricks in hearts, if you bid 4 hearts, you get the bonus. If you only bid 2 hearts or 3 hearts, you don't get the bonus because the contract that you bid was not worth 100 points. However, if you bid 4 hearts and only take 9 tricks, you go down. You didn't make your contract. But if your contract was 3 hearts and you make 9 tricks, you did make your contract. So it's all about risk and reward. The higher you go, once you cross that threshold, you have more reward in the form of that game bonus, but it also takes on extra risk because if you don't take enough tricks, you go down and get negative points. Because these over tricks don't count towards game bonuses or slam bonuses, unless you are crossing one of these thresholds, the game or the slam threshold, bidding higher than you need to is totally unnecessary. And all it does is it adds risk without reward. If you're in 2 spades and you make 9 tricks, that's exactly the same score as 3 spades making 9 tricks. However, if you make only 8 tricks, in 2 spades, you still get a plus score. You get 110, but in 3 spades, you go down. Right? Doesn't matter if it's clubs, spades, the concept is the same. You want to stay as low as you can unless you are crossing the game threshold or the slam threshold. When we're choosing a trump suit, we want an 8-card fit, particularly a major, right? So we want to play in the even numbered contracts. 2 hearts, 4 hearts, 6 hearts. If you play in 3, you add risk with no reward. If you play in 5, you add risk with no reward. All right. If you don't have a fit in a major suit, but you have enough for game, you want to be in 3 no trump, very rarely in 5 of a minor. So to determine how high we belong, we use high card points to see how strong the hands are. Ace is 4, king is 3, queen is 2, jack is 1. And 25 points is the magic number. If you have 25 points or more, you want to be in a game. Fewer than that, you want to be in a part score. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the mechanics of the auction and how that works. An auction in bridge is just like an auction for, say, a piece of art. A bid is made, and the subsequent bid needs to be higher than that bid, right? So if I bid $5, you can bid $6 or $7 or $100, as long as it's higher. But you cannot bid $4 or $2. Same thing in bridge. Every bid has a rank, and you have to bid higher than that. So the bids in an auction are exactly the same format as a contract. A number, which is the tricks over book you have to take, and followed by a suit, which would be the trump suit, right? Because the auction is determining the final contract. The last bid that's made in the auction is going to become the final contract. So we rank the suits alphabetically. Clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades. Spades is the highest ranking suit. And no trump outranks all of the suits, right? So the lowest bid is one club on the left side of our bidding ladder here. And then they go up, one diamond, one heart, one spade, one no trump. And then we go to the two level, two clubs, two diamonds, two hearts, all the way up to seven no trump, right? So if the bid is one heart, I can bid one spade or one no trump, because spades and no trump outrank hearts. I can't bid one club, but I could bid two clubs. And of course, at any time, I can bid as high as I want. I can bid three clubs, six clubs, as long as it's higher than the current bid. When it's your turn to bid, you have two or three options. You can make a bid that's higher than the current bid. You can pass, which says, I don't want to bid anymore. Or if the opponents have made the last bid, you can double. Remember that double increases the penalty if they go down, and also increases the score if they make their contract. And if you've made a bid and the opponents have doubled, you can redouble. And again, that just jacks the scores up even higher. Bidding is going to proceed clockwise, just like play does. And the auction continues until there are three consecutive passes. So I bid a heart, and it goes pass, pass, pass. No one else wants to bid. One heart becomes the final contract. The player on the declaring side, the side that won the contract, who has introduced the trump suit first, who is the first one to bid that suit, becomes the declarer. So let's look at a couple of auctions. In this first one, West opens one club, North bids one spade. Spades is higher ranking, so that's a higher bid. Pass, two hearts. South can't bid one heart because that's lower ranking than one spade, so he has to go to the two level, two hearts. West passes, nothing to say. North bids three clubs, and it goes pass, pass, pass. So the final contract is three clubs, and North is the declarer. West bid clubs first, but North is the one who won the contract. All right. In the second one, East opens one no trump, and it goes pass, pass. And now if North were to pass, one no trump would become the final contract. But he doesn't. He bids two hearts, and we end up in four hearts with North as the declarer. On this one, North is the dealer and passes. East opens a heart, and South jumps to three spades. Remember, you can always jump as high as you want, as long as it's outranking the current bid. So West bids four hearts. He can't bid three hearts because that's lower ranking than three spades. And North bids four spades, and that becomes the final contract. So South is the declarer. Even though North made the last bid, South is the declarer because he's the member of the partnership who bid the spades first. And in this last auction, West opens a heart, North bids a spade, East bids two diamonds, and South doubles. I don't think you can make it. And West redoubles. I do think I can make it. And it goes pass, 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 and so that becomes the final contract of two diamonds redoubled. So that's the basics of the auction, right? Every bid has to outrank the one before it, and we're going to determine the final contract. Now, the interesting thing is that every bid doesn't mean what it says it means, right? If I bid three clubs, it doesn't necessarily mean I want to play in clubs and I think I can take nine tricks. We need to have a communication back and forth with our partner. And so that's what learning how to bid is going to be. We can encode meaning into these different bids. And so when I say three clubs, it might mean I like clubs. It might mean I like diamonds. It might mean that I have a four-card major. It could mean literally anything that we give it the meaning for. We just have to decide upon that as a partnership. So that's what we're going to get into next, is how this bidding works, how we can encode meaning into these bids, and so we can have a conversation with our partner based solely on the bids available to us in the auction. It's pretty cool. Uh, so we'll start in on that next time. So thank you for watching. I'm Adam Parrish from Bridge Winners. We'll see you next time.